Vivekachudamani, 392nd verse. Kriya samabhi harena yatra nanyad iti shrutihi braviti dvaitarahityam mithya adhyasa nivrittaye. Kriya samabhi harena. By using many verbs, kriya. In Sanskrit, verb is called kriya pada and noun is called sanya pada. By using lot of verbs or by the assimilating or assembling, accumulating many verbs, the shruti means that which is passed on by hearing. So Vedas were earlier passed on by hearing. So they are called shruti. And smriti is something which is written, like the Mahabharata, etc. So the shrutis, that is the Vedas, in various words, that is the idea. Kriya samabhi harena means using various words, different kinds of words. It says, na anyad iti, there is nothing other than the absolute Brahman. Braviti, they say that. Dvaita rahityam, they talk about the absence of duality. There is no other, only this Brahman exists. And why do they do this? Mithya adhyasa nivrittaye. For nivritti, for removing mithya adhyasa, false superimpositions. To remove that, they do this. So we consider one thing to be something another. We consider this universe to be universe, but in reality, it is Brahman. So that is being explained to us by various words in the scriptures. Akashavat nirmala nirvikalpam nissima nispandana nirvikaram antah bahi shunyam ananyam advayam swayam param brahma kimasti bodhyam. Akashavat nirmala nirvikalpam. This Brahman, it is like the sky, pure sky, without any impurity, without the atmosphere. Sky which is pure. Akashavat nirmalam, nirmala. And nirvikalpam, absolute. Also it is absolute. There is nothing else apart from this Brahman. Nissima, without any limit, without any boundary, infinite. And nispandana, without any motion, without any movement. Spandana means movement. There is no movement, there is no motion. Nirvikaram, and there is no vikara, there is no modification or change. Antah bahi shunyam. Only when there is a boundary, you have a boundary inside this room, outside that room, this room. This is because there is a boundary we have created. But where there is no boundary, there can be no inside, no outside. So Brahman has no interior, antah, no bahi, exterior. So it is devoid of inside and outside. Ananyam advayam. And it is ananyam. It is one existence. Advayam. It is without a second. There is no second thing. Ananyam advayam. And swayam param brahma. And it is not different from you. You and the ultimate reality are the same. But of course not in the sense of your body and mind. But in your true personality, your true nature is identical with Brahman. So swayam param brahma. That supreme Brahman is not different from you. Kim asti bodhyam. And what can there cannot be any other object of knowledge. Is there any other object of knowledge? There is nothing else than Brahman to be known, because it is the only thing. So there is nothing else to be known. Like they say, if you know a particular Don, you don't need to know anything else. You just contact the Don and he will take care of everything in your life. Or some people know some minister, that is. Similarly, Brahman is the ultimate knowledge. There is nothing else to be known. Vaktavyam kimu vidyate atra bahudha brahmaiva jiva swayam Brahma etat jagat atatam nu sakalam Brahma advitiyam shrutihi. So now even Guru has become fed up. So you tell the same thing again and again and again and again, and then you say, how many times should I tell you this? Even in regular day-to-day activities we see. You tell the same thing. A teacher tells the same thing to the student, or in house parents tell the same thing to children, or children tell the same thing to parents, and they say, how many times should I tell you the same thing over and again? Similarly, atra kimu vaktavyam vidyate, what is there to be told here? What more? Bahuda, what more is there to be told here? I have already told that Brahman is the ultimate reality, that your true nature is not different from Brahman. Now how much more, what more you want me to tell? Brahmaiva jiva swayam, Brahman alone is jiva. Jiva is Brahman, but not in the form of body and mind as we mistakenly consider ourselves to be, but in its true personality. Jiva is Brahman. So what more can I say? Brahma etat jagat atatam. And this, then further two lines are there of this same verse. Brahmai vahamiti prabuddha matayah samtyakta bahyaha sputam brahmi bhuya vasanti santata chidananda atmana etad dhruvam. So Brahma etat jagat atatam. This Brahman has become this whole, it has expanded, atatam, it has expanded, extended itself to this whole universe, this jagat. That means it is only because of Brahman that you see this universe. There is no universe in reality. It is Brahman. Sakalam. Nu means indeed, definitely, of course, emphasizing. Brahma advitiyam shrutihi. And what does the Shruti says? What does the Shruti say or Vedas say? It says, or they say that Brahma advitiyam. There is nothing other than Brahman. Brahmaivahamiti. Brahma eva ahamiti. Prabuddha matayah. Those people who are Prabuddha. Prabuddha means Prakarshana Buddha. Means who are very clearly illumined, enlightened, who have found the truth. Prabuddha matayah. Those who are enlightened, what do they say? They say Brahma eva aham. They say that I am Brahman. Again, that doesn't mean that I am Brahman means this body is Brahman. We all know this incident of in Sri Ramakrishna's life. When Sri Ramakrishna was in Dakshineshwar, one monk came to Panchavati with a woman, and he was staying there. And everybody complained to Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna asked him, what are you doing? He said, everything is Brahman. So this woman is also Brahman. I am also Brahman. So no problem. So the Sri Ramakrishna said, I urinate on your Vedanta. I piss on your Vedanta. Why? Because a person who knows that I am Brahman will never consider oneself as the body and mind. That is why we say, in Upanishads we find this statement over and again, apramattah. That means a person, apramadah, a person who will not do mistake. Why will not a person who has understood God will not commit mistake? Why will not that person commit mistake? Because mistakes are committed because of egotism, because of the sense of ego, because of having mind and body. And if you have realized God, you will not have the idea that you are the mind and body. So you cannot commit such a mistake. So if a person says that everything is Brahman, so I am doing this, I can drink liquor because everything is Brahman, that means that person is a hypocrite. So Prabuddha matayah, people who have got enlightenment, who have understood properly what is Brahman, what they do, they say that I am Brahman. Samtyatya bahyaha, by giving up all external attachments, by giving up all external attachments, giving up attachments to objective world, whatever we see. So they santyaktya, samyak rupena tyakta. They just give it up completely. Sri Ramakrishna says that what is renunciation? There was one woman and there was a doting husband. This husband used to always go around this wife and always say that you are good and all that. And once he was about to go for a bath with a towel on his shoulder and oil on his head, and this woman said, "What is this? You are always moving around me. It is so bad, embarrassing. And you see, you should have some kind of renunciation." So what happened? Such and such person, he had 16 wives, and one by one he is giving everybody. So this person said, that is not renunciation. One by one giving up 16 wives, that is not renunciation. I will go on. You see, this is what is giving up. So with oil on his head and towel on his shoulder, he simply left his house. So like that. We see in Tulasidas' case, Tulasidas was full of love and affection for his, they use a word in English, henpecked. So he was henpecked husband, always going behind his wife and all that. So one day wife told him, "Are you not ashamed? Always you are going behind me and all that." The moment she said, immediately he got a spark of illumination. He said, "Yes, I give up everything." And then he went and became a great devotee of Sri Ramachandra. So the point is, a person who has to give up, you have to give up everything. There have been some people who have done experiments, like how to know whether I have given up attachment. I will keep something in front of me and practice. These are all foolish things. That never happens. You keep something in front of you and practice means what? That will not happen. That cannot happen. So that never happens. So that is not the way you should do. You should give up. Sfutam, and you should very clearly give it up. Brahmi bhuya vasanti, and you should very clearly identify yourself with Brahman. Brahmi bhuya. So you identify yourself with Brahman, that I am Brahman, and you live. And how? Santata chidananda atmana etad dhruvam. With the dhruvam, with the firm belief that chidananda atmana, that my true nature is Atman, which is Chid Ananda, which is eternal consciousness or knowledge and eternal bliss. Santata Chidananda, which is eternal, Santata, and which is consciousness and which is bliss. And you see, it is all very nice. Suppose somebody says, I am Brahman. You go in front of the mirror, put all paint on your face and say, I am Brahman. And Brahman should look good. So get all the cream, Fair and Lovely and other lovely and all that. In India we have Fair and Lovely cream. So they put all this thing and so lovely. So Atman has to become lovely. So they're lovely. I look so beautiful. Don't I look beautiful? And if you tell you are not looking beautiful, they may be looking like a crow. But if you say you are not looking beautiful, they will be very bad. Oh, sad. Oh. So that is why immediately after this, Shankaracharya says, Jahi malamaya koshe ahandiya utthapita asham prasabham anila kalpe linga dehepi paschat nigama gadita kirtim nityam ananda murtim swayamiti parichiya brahma rupena tishta. So how will you have this idea that I am Brahman or I am God or I am Atman? First, Jahi, give up. What you should give up? Mala maya koshe aham dhiya utthapita asham. First you have to give up asha. Asha means desire or hope. Asha hi paramam dukkham nairashyam paramam sukham. Heard this? This is there in Upanishads. Asha hi paramam dukkham. Hope is the greatest misery, greatest suffering. Nairashyam, not having hope. Dispassion is paramam sukham, is the greatest joy, greatest peace. The moment you expect something from somebody and you don't get, you are in suffering. And if you don't expect anything, whatever you get is okay. Or even if you don't get, it is okay. So that is Asha hi paramam dukkham, nairashyam paramam sukham. So here it is told, Jahi malamaya koshe. Malamaya koshe. What do you do? In the sheath of malamaya. What do we see ourselves as? Body. Also beautiful. Even people are becoming old, even then they will put anti-aging cream and that and this. So very beautiful looking and all that. Why? Because we don't know. What is our body? If you go, if you travel, you will see in jungle, sometimes you get some foul smell. So maybe a cow is died and it is some smell is coming. But that smell will come for only few days. Afterward, that smell will go away. And if a bird dies, no smell comes. A dog dies, some smell will come, but that will go away. You can see on roads, highways, some dog is died. First of all, immediately no smell will come. After some time, some smell will come, but that will go away. But if a human being dies, just after few hours, it will start smelling. And it will not go away. The more time passes, the smell will become unbearable. That is how they find out murders, etc. Somebody has killed somebody or somebody has died alone in an apartment. All other people complain that there is some foul smell coming. And smell means horrible smell. The smell of a human being corpse is very, very bad. Very bad means very bad. Okay, even if you don't die, if you go to an operation theatre, when they cut you, when they cut the stomach and all, the kind of smell which comes, horrible, horrible. It is just one, there is a proverb saying, which we say, beauty is skin deep. In the case of human beings, it truly is skin deep. It is so, our skin is not very thick. We are not buffaloes. Many people may act like buffaloes, but they are not buffaloes. So the skin is not thick. You just cut like this and blood will come. And all everything, just an accident and all bones and flesh will come. That is what you are made up of. Malamaya kosha, full of filth, full of rubbish is there in the body. So much of urine, so much of excreta, everything, and then so much of, when you get up in the morning and if you spit, if some animals like cat or crow, they eat, they will die. It is so poisonous. Your spit is so poisonous. So everything is poisonous about the human being. Similarly, if you see in jungle, if human beings walk on the same path, say for 1 week, grass also will not grow on that path. But all animals walk in jungle, nothing happens. But if human beings, they walk on the same path, even grass will not grow there. So much poison is there inside. Malamaya kosha. And that is in this body, which is filthy, and it is gross body. Ahandhiya, you have egotism. Dhi means idea, the thought of aham. You have the thought of ego, and that is there in this filthy body, filthy gross body. And that, with that body and with that idea of egotism, you have hopes. I will do this. So who is this I? You are considering your body to be I. I will do this. By lying down you cannot do. Only by actually using your body and organs, limbs you can do. So you say, I will do this. So it is because of egotism, because of the filthy body. And that is about the gross body. Then there is subtle body, which is egotism, mind and chitta, and buddhi, intellect. So these are the 4 things. Mana, buddhi, ahankara, chitta. So that is called the subtle body. Now, prasabham, that you do again forcibly. What you do? Prasabham means with force. Anila kalpe, just like subtle body, which is like air. because subtle body is not gross body. When a person dies, the subtle body goes from one body to another body. Okay, so it is like air, means it is light. But you do that forcibly with that subtle body also. How? Even after death, whatever desires you have, you take another birth to fulfill those desires. Those desires are remaining in you, they don't go away. And so, linga dehepi paschat, after that, even when the gross body is destroyed, you, by force of your desires, you use the subtle body. So if you want to become some great person, you keep on thinking, I want to become a great person. You may not become in this life, but when you die, you then again go and again you come into this world, and you, so that bondage is there. That bondage is there. And so what we should do? Nigama gadita kirtim, that which has been glorified by the Nigama, scriptures, Vedas. Gadita kirtim, it has been glorified. Glories have been told. That, what is that? Nityam Ananda Murtim, which is always blissful, eternal bliss. It is the embodiment of eternal bliss. What is that? Brahman. Brahma Rupena Swayamiti Parichiya Tishta. So know yourself to be Brahman, which is glorified in the scriptures as the embodiment of eternal bliss. Know yourself to be that, and Brahma Rupena Tishta, live as Brahman, stay as Brahman. Swayamiti Parichiya, knowing yourself as that Brahman, stay as Brahman. That is what is told. So if you have to get rid of this suffering, why would somebody understand oneself as Brahman? You see, because otherwise you will not get rid of suffering. If you have all these hopes, you will always suffer. You will always suffer. Even after death, again you will have to come. So even in family, if you are having too much enmity with somebody, after death again you will have to take birth and come. Holy Mother says that if somebody has a desire even to eat, say, one sweet like Rasagulla, that person will have to take birth again. So don't eat sweet. Shavakaram yavad bhajati manujah tavad ashuchihi parebhyah syat kleshah janana marana vyadi nilayah yadatmanam shuddham kalayati shivakaram achalam tada tebhyah muktah bhavati hi tadaha shrutirapi. So it's very simply told here. Shavakaram yavad bhajati manujah. As long as a person bhajati, respects or worships, adores, likes, loves, etc. What? Shavakaram. Shavakar. What is Shavakar? Body. As long as you worship the body, which is like a dead body. Shavakaram. What is there in this body which is not there when you die? We don't know. We don't know. Nobody knows. Suddenly they say, but the person has stopped breathing. The person has died. They may give some reason, the heart stopped, etc., etc. But what is it? What is the difference? The same blood is there, the same everything is there. Okay, same flesh, same bone, everything is intact. Only something is missing. What is missing? Life is missing. What is life? Nobody knows. Somebody did one experiment and they found out that when a person dies, some grams is reduced. A big scientist did one experiment and they said that this so many grams is the weight of soul. But that is ridiculous because soul is not material in that sense. So anyway, we don't have any scientific proof why it happens. We say suddenly brain dead, heart dead, etc. But brain is there. Brain, nothing has happened to the brain. Heart also is there. But suddenly everything stops. What happens? We don't know. So this body is a corpse. Okay, it is not because of the body that the body is functioning. It is because of something else that the body is functioning. Shava, so as it is, body is like a dead body all the time. If it was not, then even when a person dies, that should function. Machine, for example, if you take a machine, if every part is there, it will function, but our body does not function. Why? Shavakaram yavad bhajati. So as long as yavat you worship this shavakaram, this corpse like dead body, tavad ashuchihi, till then you are impure. Wonderful definition of impurity. Always it is told that you have to be pure. So people think that I will take bath 3 times a day. Vaishnavas do that. They take bath 3 times a day. In Bengali there is a proverb. What is it? Vairagi ki Vaishnav. Nobody is Bengali here.
I don't know exactly. I know Bengali, but
Oh, you are Bengali, no? No. Ki सन्यासी मोरे खे और वैष्णव मोरे नहीं है. Like that there is a proverb. We don't know. So that is okay. So that is the thing. So the Vaishnavas or people who have that what is called Shuchi Bai, that is this obsession with cleanliness. They will touch somebody, they will go and do. So there was this person with Sri Ramakrishna also. She will touch somebody and then mother was so much upset with her. She said, you touch me, then you will become pure. Otherwise she will run in night also to Ganga, that I will to take bath. Okay. Shavakaram yavat bhajati. So as long as you worship or respect the body, you are impure. That is the guideline or that is the mark of impurity. That you are worshipping the body. Parebhyah syat kleshah. And as long as you worship the body, you will get suffering from others. Because you consider yourself body. Now a leopard comes, so you will all run. Even some people run if a dog comes. Leopard is not necessary. So if somebody comes, you will run. Why? Because you are considering yourself as the body. So you will have suffering. And some virus comes, so there will be dengue, there will be flu, there will be pneumonia, there will be influenza, all kinds of things will be there. Why? Because you are suffering because you are body. You are attached to the body. And janana marana vyadhi nilayah. And you will become the nilaya, the abode of what happens? Janana marana vyadhi. Birth. Then marana, death, and vyadhi, disease. So people take birth and they are waiting for death, and in between suffer diseases. And child takes birth, immediately child has to be given so much protection. Little some germs come, immediately child is. You will see babies, they are always with some fever, is it not? Some fever will be there, suddenly some loose motion will be there, is it not? Always you have to go, and then 1, 2, 3 years, then their immunity is developed. Nowadays, of course, no immunity is developed because mothers, they give only mineral water and Cadbury's chocolate. So no immunity is developed. Teeth also are not developed. Anyway, so they somehow grow up, and then afterwards again so many problems. Then different kinds of problem: heart problem, knee problem. I am not able to sit. My knee pain. My back pain, etc. Janana, Marana, Vyadhi. All these are there. Why? Because as long as you consider yourself the body, all these things will be there. If I don't consider myself the body, will not the body have these problems? It will have, but you will not be affected by that. You see, body will have its problem because body is matter, but you will not be affected by that. Yadatmanam shuddham kalayati. Shivakaram achalam. And but yada atmanam shuddham. But as soon as you consider yourself, when you consider yourself kalayati, when you think of yourself as shuddham atmanam, as pure atman, then shivakaram achalam. Then you will become Shiva, means good, and achalam, immovable. So you will become Shivakaram, you will become the embodiment of good, and you will become immovable. That means you are not affected, you are not disturbed by anything. Tada tebhyah muktaha bhavati. And then that person becomes free from what? Tebhyah. Earlier it was told from impurity, from suffering from others, and from disease and death and birth. So once you know that I am Atman, then you have no birth, no death. That means this body will die, but you will not come again to this world. Bhavati hi tadaha shrutirapi. And also the Shruti, that is the Vedas also tell the same thing. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat.